Friday. Thank you for clicking on today's video. My name is Caitlin if you're new here, and I make videos about minimalism and motherhood. Today I'm going to be talking about my 1-year-old son's room and our minimal Montessori approach to it. So if you're like a lot of us, I'm saying us because it used to be me. If you're like a lot of us, when your child is alone in their room, no matter the age, I mean, I guess I don't know about teenagers, I don't have those, but when your child is alone in their room, do you find yourself thinking, oh my gosh, like, how many toy bins have they dumped out? What have they torn into? Like, are they possibly not even safe? Whatever factors may be, choking hazards, tipping furniture, etc., etc. Or are you at peace knowing that they are playing in a safe and cultivated room? That is me now. So usually when you first, picture a nursery or a baby's room, an infant's room. You think crib, glider, changing table. And I'm not saying anything is wrong with that, but that is a room set up for an adult. Oftentimes when putting together our children's or baby's room, we think about our needs first. And not that there's necessarily anything wrong with that. I want to encourage you to try and see their room through the eyes of a child and put their needs first. The solution is easier than you think. If you have a low accessible secured shelf and a few toys, you are on the right start. You're on the right start to a minimal Montessori inspired bedroom.
Aren't they?
First things first, that is most important, is safety. Is there anything in their room that is going to hurt them? And we know kids get hurt, they fall, they bonk their head, they trip over something. That stuff is kind of just inevitable, but we are kind of, us as parents and caregivers, we are kind of the gatekeeper for that. So for example, in this room, there are no choking hazards. There is nothing small that he is going to get into. Everything in this room, I feel comfortable with him playing with by himself, if I said that right, if I worded that right. I think a good rule of thumb is if you wouldn't allow your child to play with or interact with this item unsupervised, then it probably shouldn't be in their room. I would say the second most important thing is accessibility. What is in their reach? What can they do on their own? Can they grab toys that they want? Can they get a drink of water? Can they crawl into bed? Within having this, Montessori inspired room, we do have a floor bed, and that is great. Someone's smacking their hairbrush on toys in the wall right now, and it's not me. The less assistance that the child needs from you, the more independence it promotes, because they can do that stuff themselves. The third most important thing for me and for us is inventory. How much is in their room when it comes to, toys, clothes, bedding, whatever. Everything in that room, if you could tally it up, how many items would it be? And then imagine that all of that stuff is dumped out and then you're picking it up. You as in not the child, because at the end of the day, we know how that goes. What do you want to be responsible for, and how long would it take you to clean up said items? And then when it comes to older kids, the same thing. If they have 500 or 200, whatever, however many toys, then if all that stuff is out on the floor, then they're gonna be like, holy crap, like, what do I do? Like, how can I pick up all of this? They would get overwhelmed, and they're not always going to tell you, like, hey, I'm overwhelmed, there's a lot of items in my room. That has to be for us to, like I said, like, be that gatekeeper, to know our and our child's clutter threshold. And if you don't know what a clutter threshold is, I can try and link that video down below. Having too many things in an area, having too many items in our child's room will, yes, it will cause them to be overwhelmed. And then also, yes, thank you. And then also it decreases their attention span. If there's 10 toys, the child's going to focus on those 10 toys. If there's 100 toys, they're going to be like all over the place. And there's definitely research to back that up. I don't know if I could find a video for that. So by decreasing the inventory, and this is not only for a kid's room, this is for like everything. So decreasing the inventory in this instance in the child's room, it is going to alleviate some of that stress when it comes to cleaning, maintaining, organizing, and then it's also going to promote them to focus. Yes. It is also going to promote them to focusing on, you know, the task at hand or the few set items. As I have said before in a different video, just because you have something, you know, in this case, just because you have children's toys, just because your child has toys, just because your child has toys, that doesn't mean that they need to have all of them all at once. So rotating and offering a few at a time will allow it will allow you to keep that inventory down without necessarily getting rid of everything. Another thing to reduce inventory is to think about sets, right? So when you go and get a set of blocks at the store or wherever, it'll come in a big bag or container of 80 blocks, right? And my 1-year-old does not need 80 blocks. Realistically, he would crawl around with 1 or 2 chewing on them, and then the other 78 would end up all over the house for us to pick up and trip over and, oh, no, thank you. We can reach that. Hi. All right, these are the blocks I was talking about. We have a bigger bag of them upstairs, well, up in our attic. And like I said, there's probably, I don't think there's 80. There's probably like, 30 or 40 blocks, and I don't want to pick up 30 or 40 blocks. So in this little container, I think we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And these aren't even all played with, honestly. It's usually just 1 or 2 that are taken around and chewed on. So instead of having 40 blocks, we have 7 to pick up. And then another example, Duplos, Legos. My older kids, they have all their Legos accessible because they're older and they don't end up crazy all over the floor. Legos are something we really we really watch out for because they're choking hazards. But this set here, okay, so I want to show you what I have out in this little basket. I have this little hippo, so that's 1, 2 pieces, and then 3, 4 pieces. Same thing like with the blocks. Instead of having 20 Lego pieces to pick up, we have 4. And then this one, another example is this little mixer, or this little mixing bowl. He got this for Christmas and it's super cute. But let's see how many pieces it had. So we have the thing itself, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If he had this all available, there would be seven pieces all over the house. And he is not going to sit down and, like play with this whole set right now at this age. So this is a toy that's like taking a break. It's been out for a while, but when it was out, we had you know, the bowl and a few items. There's a lot here. I can't hold them. But yeah, so we can take away some of these items temporarily. And so instead of 7 pieces of toys, we now have, you know, 1, 2, 3. We have 3 items to pick up instead of however many I said were in here. So what I'm trying to say is that when you have a highly simplified, cultivated area for your child, you're not only going to reduce your own stress, you will be reducing their stress and promoting focus and peace within us as parents, within them as children, and within the home as a whole. That is really just a win-win. All right, I'm going to show you guys what's going on in his room and how it usually looks at pre and post birthday party. So, and I think I'm not entirely sure. 1 second. I'm not entirely sure on the measurements of this room, but it might be like 10 by 10. This, like I said, this is the smallest room in the house. So without further ado, okay. As you can see here, we have his floor bed. And that is just it. That's all. That is just his mattress on the floor, his pillow, which I use that when I'm laying in here to get him to sleep, and his blanket. Let's see. Up here, these are just decoration, really. Yeah, that's it. just decoration. And this room has the best freaking lighting, so that's why my plants are in here. And oh my god, look at these. I made these as little cupcake toppers for his birthday party, and I didn't want to throw them away because they're so cute. How funny. Okay. Hi, Graham. Just a couple pieces of our nugget, just because. And he has a few books. Let me see. He has a few books, and I want to paint and hang up at this little shelf that I actually got for his books, but just a few. Hi, Graham. Hi, baby. Got a little scratch on your noggin. These are his toys that he has access to. This shelf is not going anywhere. It is secured by this bracket and that bracket. Yeah, I know. Ignore that. Or don't, because it's real life. So this thing is not going anywhere. He has, let's see. He has this puzzle, and actually all the pieces were in here, and you know, babies. He has his water bottle, which is everywhere all the time. I'm always telling the kids to be drinking their water. And a baby doll. Those blocks that I talked about. Bum, bum, bum. Oh, this car was there. He has a brush. Are you okay? You have a brush? You want to brush your hair? Show mama. Brush your hair. Brush your hair. Brush your hair. Aw, sweet baby. Brush your hair. Yeah. So he has this little mirror down low. I scored this at a thrift store for $3 freaking. Look how cool that is. And it has like this, I don't know if it's real leather, but it has this like cool leather strap, and it is up here with a command hook, and then there are 4 pieces of Velcro on there, so it is also not going anywhere. And then here he has a basket for a few balls, and this is like usually the hot spot. He has this basketball, and this, I guess it's all of our kids play with all these things, but basketball, basketball hoop. And this kind of moves around to whatever door, but this one works for him. It's down low for little baby baskets. Isn't it? Down low for little baby baskets. You gonna make baby baskets? Yeah. Okay. And then I'm going to show you in his closet. Not that this is like necessarily important, I guess. Oh, there's my notes on what to say in this video. I actually didn't plan on showing you guys the closet, but this is just what it is. He's got his clothes. You can't reach any of that, obviously. Ideally, he would have a little wardrobe down low. We just aren't at that point. Those are our bigger kids' jackets as well. But down here, see, he does have toys to rotate out. Those bins that I showed you, a couple of things he got for birthday and Christmas. And then there are some more toys in here, and some like his next size up clothes. So I don't have to go up in the attic when I need a bigger piece of clothes. Well, thank you guys so much for watching, and to keep up with totally relatable content, like and subscribe. See you next Friday.